Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker, and we are sitting in the 2022 Genesis G80 all-wheel drive 3.5T Sport Prestige. This thing is set to go up against the likes of that Mercedes AMG E53 we had not that long ago here on the channel. And in this video, we're going to get Holly's impressions of what this is like as a daily driver. Stay tuned. All right, Holly, we've lived with it for a week. We've taken it on vacation to a cabin in the woods. We've spent over 400 miles in the Genesis G80. I think we've established you really love the Mercedes brand. I think I love Genesis as much as you love Mercedes. But has this maybe swayed that balance in your brain?
Mercedes? To be more than Mercedes? Why does it have to be more than Mercedes?
Because I really like it.
We'll see when we talk price.
Okay. So, why don't we start and work kind of methodically outside and work our way through. First and foremost, so it's got a very big, bold grille. What do you think of the face of this thing?
The grille is not my favorite.
Okay.
Are you just sad that the grille's not my favorite?
Yes.
Oh, is the grille your favorite?
I really like it.
Why?
It looks like a Bentley. Okay.
I like the look of the whole front.
Yeah.
Just the grille isn't my favorite.
Okay.
But I like the way that we looked at one that was like an older version
right.
the other day. And I like that the new styling makes it look more fun and cool and a little bit more like a sports car than...
Much more prestigious and upscale.
Prestige, yes.
Oh, hey, how's that going?
What was that?
That's the parking sensor. I'm going to turn that off. So, what are your thoughts on the Siberian ice paint on this one?
It's not my favorite.
I'm 0 for 2. I'm dying over here.
When I first saw it, I did like it, but as we've lived with it, I'm just like, it just kind of looks dirty, like a dirty white.
Well, to the point I made in my solo video, it hid dirt very well when we were driving down dirt roads.
Because it already kind of looks like dirty ice. It's not the color I would choose, but of course you can choose whatever color you want if this is yours, but this would not be the color I would choose.
Right. Okay, overall exterior styling.
You're striking out.
I know.
Okay, good.
Overall exterior styling, we've got the long hood, that short trunk lid. What do you think of the overall appearance of this thing on the outside?
The overall appearance, I really like. The styling is really nice. It's fun. If you're looking for a sedan, it's definitely one that you can use for functionality, but also look cool driving it too.
So it's a complete package, and I need to quit trying to single out so much stuff.
Yes, yes. The whole package I like.
All right.
Different color.
Moving to the inside, got lots of carbon fiber in here.
Like the carbon fiber.
Lots of different textures.
I like the textures. This, like, whatever
leather.
This soft, leather.
Yeah. With stitching up here.
I really like all the different textures. Of course, I like all of the gears down here and the knobs. I like those. I am a little sad it doesn't have the ball like the other one.
Like the GV60. Yeah.
It was a little, I posted a reel on my Instagram of the ball. It's a little bit of car ASMR if anybody wants to go.
Very nice. So we've got this large touchscreen. Touchscreen, obviously, but you can also control it from the wheel here. Click pad, touchpad. You like all that. You like options, right?
I like options, yes.
Okay.
Especially having short arms, it's nice to
just be able to control
able to control everything right here. The Volume button is nice right there and textured, easy to use in the tune. Buttons down there too.
And then just behind that, we've got a Qi wireless charger, USB-A charging ports, and interface for wired CarPlay and Android Auto.
The wireless has rarely worked.
Yes. So
you got to put it on there just right.
I heard you.
You got to put the phone on there just right, and even then, sometimes it'll knock off.
So it's okay that it's a
all right.
wired interface, because that's really the best way of doing it. So we've got that there. Climate controls, very easy to use.
Yeah, and there's a lot of options there too.
Heated and ventilated seats for
and it works.
Days like today when you don't know if it's hot or cold, or just give it a minute and it'll be something else.
Yeah, it works well.
Yes, I've got my ventilation on. Would you like yours?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Speaking of seats, your seat has adjustable bolsters over there.
Yes, it does.
So it hugs you.
Yeah.
You'll also have something that I don't have over here, in a massage function.
Which is currently going on.
Yeah? What are your thoughts?
It's disappointing it's not on both sides.
I know.
Are there options? Is it just the options that we have?
No.
But, the massage is very nice.
Yeah.
I like it. The seats are very comfortable, even without the bolsters when I was sitting over there for a very long road trip.
Yep. Nappa leather, and I will say, I've sat in the back, and I believe you have as well. Very comfortable rear seats. They kind of hug you as well and cradle you. Got a center armrest that folds down with your heated seat controls and cup holders, and a button back there for the power retractable rear shade, which I really like.
I like it. Speaking of, there's lots of storage.
Yes.
Not just back there.
Right.
But there's lots of storage up here.
So dual opening center console.
And I like it's kind of soft, so you could rest your arm there.
Decent sized glove box here. Storage in the door, storage here, cup holders. We already talked about that pad there, so quite a bit of usable storage in here as well for a very large vehicle.
For a large vehicle?
I mean, this is a big sedan. This is bigger than anything we currently drive.
Well, yes, but it doesn't feel huge.
Yes. And did you know that is because the back wheels on this actually steer with the front wheels?
I did know that. You know how I know that?
Because I just told you.
No.
Oh.
Because remember we did a little U-turn.
Yes.
And it was like...
Yep. This thing absolutely is maneuverable, much like a much smaller vehicle. So at low speeds, the back wheels turn opposite of the front wheels to make it go.
Yeah, I like it. At
highway speeds, they turn in conjunction with, so that you kind of crab walk from one lane to another diagonally. As we're kind of getting in stop and go traffic here, we'll talk about some of the driver interface stuff. You have a 3D digital gauge cluster. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't like that. Can you turn it off?
You can turn the 3D function off.
Okay,
yes.
That's what I would do, because it makes my eyes water. And when I was sitting over there, you asked me if I could see it, and I told you, when I look at it, it makes my eyes water, but it's probably just the angle.
Yep.
It's not. It is, thank goodness there's a heads-up display, because the gauges make my eyes water, though I can't.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
That can
I do
be
have
turned
sensitive
off.
eyes.
That can be turned off, and right now it's like there are multiple different planes with different things projected on them. So different things there. But when you put your blinker on, this has Genesis blind spot cameras that let you know and see visually in the gauges if there's a vehicle in your blind spot.
Which is one of my favorite features when those are on, because it's really nice to be able to see what's beside you.
And speaking of blinkers, we've got ours on to turn on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas, to see what the ride in this is like. I've already mentioned we took this on vacation. We went to a cabin in the woods, and there were some unpaved roads. This handled all of that quite well, but we're going to actually get this on the brick streets and do Tucker's wobbly head test.
Yeah. In fact, we were traveling with our family. They were in a different car, and they mentioned when we got there all of the rough roads, and we were like,
"What rough roads?"
Okay, which ones?
Yeah, because this thing is just an absolute spectacular grand tour vehicle in that you can load 4 people up, you can load luggage up, and comfortably ride down the road. These brick streets are historic, so they will shake us around a little bit, but as far as the noise and the ride in here, Tucker, how's your head? Is it wobbly?
No.
Not wobbly at all? Nope, not wobbly at all. So the ride is absolutely...
You'll only wobble on the...
railroad tracks?
You'll only be bumpy on the really bumpier brick street.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the ride on this is absolutely sublime and definitely cradles or leans towards the luxury side of things. But this does have a sporty persona built into it as well. So, turbocharged
Very
V6
smooth.
under the hood, 375 horsepower, 390 pound-feet of torque, thereabouts. This thing's pretty quick, too.
Is it pretty quick?
It's actually very quick. And around 5 seconds, 0 to 60. We have not tested that ourselves, but Tucker can attest to this being a very fast car. Isn't that right, Tucker?
Yeah.
Well, one thing that's a big selling point for me on vehicles is the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And this is a good one.
Yes.
A good one. It's one reason why I do like Mercedes, because they always have a good steering wheel. But this one definitely rivals a Mercedes. And for a short person, it has lots of adjustability. It goes up and down, but it comes out too.
Yes.
Telescope. So I like that, and it's really cool. Thick, squishy.
Yes.
I like it.
Very good steering wheel.
Very good steering wheel.
And while we're talking
And
about...
of course, I love this Genesis
Yes.
logo. It's very nice. I like Genesis too. That's why I'm always confused when you're like, I hope you like it. Of course I like a Genesis. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I do like it. You just pointed out the things I would change.
Okay. While we're talking about this as a family vehicle, and since we've been talking about Tucker, let's see what it's like putting his child safety seat in that back seat. I don't know how often child seats are going to be installed in the back seat of a Genesis G80 sedan, but I'm here to help you in case that is something that is crossing your mind. For this, I have my son's forward-facing Graco car seat, and I will be quickly installing this. Quick note, please be sure to follow all manufacturer suggestions for installing a child safety seat. I will say this has been done by me a few times since we've had this vehicle, and it is not my favorite thing. I have said for a long time that installing child seats are probably the biggest reason why many people are going towards SUVs. This top tether is just so difficult to install on any sedan, much less this G80. But as you can see, I fed that through underneath the headrest and attached it back there in the back window. And then you've just got limited space to really get in and tighten that up. The lower latches are marked on the seat backs, and this one is fairly easy to get to, but the other one is a little further inboard than I would like and covered up by a little bit of the seat back leather, making it just a little more difficult to get that latch into place. You can see, just not the easiest install I've ever done here on the channel. But once you get that in place, very easy to tighten it up and get it snug down here in the bottom, and then finally tighten that up right there. Once it's in, you'll probably want to leave it in, but that's really the case on mini sedans, not unique to this G80. Okay, so as with most sedans, it's not great, but when it's in there, and it's good. Of course, he can't take advantage of the heated rear outboard seats or just how comfortable those rear seats are, but he's still riding in some pretty high style. He's got manual sunshades on the side windows. I already mentioned that power sunshade in the rear. I'm gonna go ahead and put you in Sport Plus drive mode, and
Was that what you wanted me to do?
yes. I mean, sounds pretty good too, right?
It sounds good, yeah.
So this sport drive mode changes the transmission shift points and also makes the pumped in audio noise from the engine just a little bit louder and more aggressive.
Oh, so it's fake.
It's a little fake and a little real.
Okay.
I mean, this does make some pretty good engine noises, but yes, it got louder because it was fake.
So this is something you can't relate to.
Okay.
But makeup companies like to make a big deal about going from day makeup to night makeup. I've never switched my makeup, but apparently to sell more makeup, they always make it a big deal. So the Genesis is like sport mom by day, race car by night.
There you go. Just hit the drive mode button and you're
Maybe
off to the
I
races.
need to get my night makeup out for my race car tonight.
Maybe. So, okay, we got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but I think we're coming around on this one. Any other things that we haven't covered before I dig the window sticker out of the glove box?
Well, there are some little cubbies in the trunk that I appreciated when we were packing up to go.
Yeah, so nice little storage on the side. That's actually where the owner's manual is. It's not in this glove box. So we've got extra room in here because the owner's manual is back in the side cubby in the trunk.
Yes.
Suede headliner as well. Very
Right,
nice.
suede.
Any other points of interest?
I don't know. It's fun to drive.
Yeah. I will say, since I've got this out, window sticker, 17 city, 26 highway, 20 combined. I'm looking right now in 425 miles of driving. We're dead even at 23 combined. So I'd say this window sticker, pretty accurate. And I know I've been driving it with a little heavier foot, so I believe these numbers. And if you're interested, 425 miles, 23 mpg. Now, care to guess? So I did mention in the intro that first Mercedes that we were loaned by Mercedes was the AMG E53, their performance version of this size platform. I will go ahead and remind you, that one's stickered for $79 as we drove it. This is set to compete in
Which one was that? We took it to College Station?
Yes.
Okay.
This one is set to compete with it.
Okay.
What say you? What do you think the window sticker is on the Genesis G80?
Well, I was already going to say this, so I'm just going to stick with it. 68.
So this one
More.
starts at 63,700, but we have the Prestige package with the summer tires, and those are excellent Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. A lot of stuff comes with it. Nappa leather seating surface, a suede headliner, the digital gauge cluster, the heads-up display, and some other things.
Heads-up display's worth it. Whatever it is above.
71,595.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. So it definitely comes in under the 79 of the Mercedes it is set to compete against. I feel like it's a little bit more fun, a little less intrusive technology in this one. Now that
Yeah.
you know the price, what do you say?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I know some of it that wouldn't necessarily matter to me. That makes it a little pricier is the sporty engine and that kind of thing, the tires. But so I think that makes it worth it. For me, those things don't matter as much.
Yeah. You like the interior, the comfort, the
fun steering wheels.
Yeah, the drive modes, so you could be sporty
Look,
mom by a day.
hey, if it would add the little ball thing
from the GB60,
then I'm sold. I'm in.
So we do have a couple of detractors universally between the two of us on this one, and that has to center around this giant sunroof up above us. We've noticed if there's any twist or torsion in the body structure, it kind of creaks and rattles, like it's not quite sealed in quite right.
I feel like you're understating that.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's loud. It's a little shocking.
Yeah, and then there's a little bit of a rattle up here from the center console, but other than that, it's very quiet, very well built, very solid in here. But yeah, that sunroof's a little concerning when it pops on you.
Yeah, it sounds like an acorn's falling on the roof.
Yes. And with that East Texas ism for you, if you want to see more from Holly, some behind the scenes stuff from her, go find her on Instagram at Female Consumer, and you'll see Tucker there as well. If you really like this review and want to see more from us, be sure and hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you don't miss a future video. You can find everything that we do on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. All the things are all at GT Garage Talk, or you can just head on over to gtgaragetalk.com. But we sadly must give this one back. We've got a new vehicle showing up tomorrow that promises to be a lot of fun as well.
You think every vehicle's fun.
I do. And until next time, gearheads, bye. Scary.
You could have given me a warning. And it's mechanical. What do you call it? Automatic?
Telescoping?
Yes, but it's not. It's mechanical. What is that called? Like, it's got the button. You don't have to, like...
Oh, it's electronic.
Electronic, yeah. It on there just right.
Here.
I heard you.